for Monday for the advice and everything.
What advice?
Do you remember Monday we were doing the meeting? You give a lot of advice to everybody.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, thanks for advice, especially when you reach out to the companies. You said that one of the biggest mistake is people don't reach out to people like as a human being.
Hmm.
As a human being.
How has that helped you so far?
Well, did you remember that about the business owner guy?
Yep.
He wanna hire me as a appointment setter.
He does?
I mean, yeah,
Yeah, I mean, from what I gathered from the text, you kind of locked that in, like you had that in the bag already, right?
yeah, but the thing is, he that's okay. So he said every time if I mark a call with him and he closed the call, he's don't want to take the calls. He's gonna give me 500
Yeah.
bucks. Yeah, but the thing is, he didn't explain to me how to do the how to make the appointments for him.
What does he
So
do?
he's a consulting guy, marketing business.
Marketing?
Yeah, he helps other business with their high ticket sales.
He helps other businesses with their
Yeah, I
high
know.
ticket sales. So does he help coaches and influencers, or does he help like plumbers and small businesses?
I would say influencers, coaches as well.
Hola.
Hey.
¿Qué quieres? Es mía. I said it's mine. She's mine. Love you. Ah, sí. Está bien. Oh, that was my wife. All right, let's get a little bit more professional here too. Boom. There we go.
All right.
You know, got to get these guys up. So the so you're okay, marketing professional, coaches and influencers, is that correct?
Yeah. Do you want me to show you my screen? I think that's gonna be better.
Sure.
Let's see over here. Where's the Facebook? Facebook. We're over here, the Facebook group. That's Inbound Accelerator over here.
Yeah.
Everybody knows. And then where is him?
And then what?
Mark. That's his name.
Mark Lives. Click on his picture. There's Mark. Founder. Oh, scroll back up. Founder, client rich formula, business coach. You mind going to like his group?
Yeah, he sent it to me, but for some reason I couldn't join it. I'm gonna talk to him.
Okay.
Yeah, so so that's his website over here. That's him.
All right, I'm going to go to the clientrichformula.com real quick.
Yeah, sure.
Free guide to get
It's not gonna show you the price of the package.
consistent clients. No, I don't want that. I don't need that. Cool, man. He's got a really clean presence. It looks like you're in good hands, with who that is. So if I were setting for him, to be honest, my focus on a set, in fact, let's practice this in the chat.
Okay.
That would be really cool. I hope people see this and learn from what we're doing here. So I'm going to chat to you as though I'm kind of like reaching out. All right. So first step, if you were a prospect for him, Icaro, and I found you, like I saw you on Facebook kind of posting an Allegiant thing or figuring things out. My first step would be to connect with your post, to add value to it. Right. So let me share that. Let's just do this live. I'm going to do that. I'm going to steal the screen share from you. I don't really like doing this because it's not how I find business. I find more effective ways, but it'll be worth showing people. All right, so here I go. I'm going to go into one of my groups. I don't like the high ticket inbound. There's a lot of sleaze that you have to dig through when you get through. Okay. Video secrets. I don't even like to show this to people, but video creator secrets. This is by Anthony Ambrose. He's a wonderful individual. He may have closed his group down recently. Yeah, he stopped posting in here. But I'm going to use the example. He said at the beginning of the year he was thinking about closing it down. February 6th still had something going. November 30th. But I can use some of these examples. So here, Anthony, like if I wanted to approach Anthony and I wanted to work for him, or I thought he might be a good client fit, I'd read this post. Last day to join and also the last day that this group will be active. Hope to see you in the program to get you on the journey to 100,000 subscribers, like 100K YouTube subscribers, right? So then he's got 4 likes. And then this guy is, I'm glad I'm in. And so I'm gonna move past that one. I don't want to comment on that one. Okay, it's okay. You do the digging. We're not just going for the first post. We're going for quality. So live training workshop, boom. He's got it on here. He's got a lot of replies on that. I'm going to skip way back because I don't tend to approach people when they're in selling mode. Because if they're in selling mode, they don't want to be sold to. Does that make sense?
Yeah, that should make sense. A lot.
Okay. So this is your chance to join. Scroll back a little bit further. Not loud. All right. It doesn't take fancy equipment to get results, he says. And then monthly subscriber analysis. Nice work. In July, your channel gained 2,500% more subscriptions than usual. Blah, blah, blah. Anthony says 58,000 subscribers and over 2 million views, all done on an iPhone 7 Plus, secondhand tripod and lights. That's all my dad used to create his YouTube video in my garage using a fold-out table. The video editing was done by his daughter, who has never taken a class in video editing, but picked it up by creating movies with her friends for fun. We tell ourselves that we need the right stuff. It's like, this is amazing. There's a great story. There's great content to it. And if I'm going to just put, like, I'll just kind of respond like I did, even though it's old. I mean, and Anthony's like a good friend of mine. So I don't have any, like, I'm not trying to gain anything. My equity in our relationship has been building and continues to build over time. Maybe someday we'll come together. I have no connection to it, but I'm going to be like, dude, I'm just reminiscing about your group, man. And I miss it. You have done such an amazing job of providing value and constantly giving back in abundance. No, giving back abundantly to those of us who can learn from you. Thanks for all you do, man. That's my post. I'm done. I'm not even going to bother him. I'm not going to do anything else. I'm leaving it at that. Let's go to a different group. I'll give you another example real quick, because you got to hammer these things out. So let me go to like the groups thing. I don't even use this stuff anymore, but let's see here. Okay, Guest Expert Profit Lab, guys. This is a great group. These people are awesome. Her closer that she has, because I went in as a prospect with them, they definitely follow the Sales Mentor program and like style. So that's good to know. She's not hiring, or she wasn't when I interviewed. Perhaps they just didn't like me. But I don't know. 5,000 members in it. And, you know, they teach people how to succeed on podcasts and become guests, and also like host their own podcasts and stuff like that. So I'm going to go through this and say, like, all right, 1 hour ago, the smallest and cutest member of our team is Pasco. So, you know, wonderful little dog. If I would be really inauthentic for me to engage on that, because I don't have a dog and I don't really think about dogs. But somebody was smart. Nancy here, look at that. She showcases and connects like, I love your puppy. Here's my puppy, you know? And so now they're connecting in a very sincere way. Drop your Clubhouse name below. Okay, I'm not Team iPhone either, so I'm excluded from Clubhouse. Not going to be a fit for me. All right, this interview right here, right? Join the new media strategist, Patrick Heggie, to learn how to effectively pitch a podcaster. I would listen to probably 2 to 3 minutes of this on the front end, and then fast forward 10 minutes, maybe listen to another 2 to 3, then listen to the end. I'm gauging for how much do I like this person? How authentic do they feel? What types of tips are they giving me?
I am also a new media strategist.
And then from there,
and I'm Erica.
I'm going to comment about that experience. I love the energy and vibe. So if I wanted to be quick, here we go. And I can look and see, okay, they got 14 comments on here, a lot of stuff. The other thing I can do to hack this and save myself some time, I can read and see what other people are commenting about, and then I can just kind of borrow that to stand out. So anytime is a great time to receive and or give a compliment. Cool. So something happened with compliments. All these food analogies are making me hungry. That's funny. So they're quirky. That's beautiful. Michael, not right now. That's beautiful. Thank you for sharing that. Every Tuesday live at 1 p.m. Host connection. Woo. So there's not a whole lot of like, nobody's really gone in depth on this. Or like, here's our training from Tuesday on how to pitch a podcaster.
So
I'm going to put the same thing. What's that?
So you're gonna comment in a different way, like?
Yeah, watch. So thanks for the value that y'all constantly push out. That would be the way to not stand out. I've made it a little bit different, but I'm going to take it up a notch. I'm digging deep. And so one thing that I love about the culture of this community is just how sincere everyone is. I don't make a lot of time to jump in, but when I do, it's always rewarding. Art symbol. This is authentic, guys. I feel this way. I you know, everything that I said is 100% true. Where's the heart on? Shoot. Oh, you know what? I'm gonna go. I don't know where it is. So I'm gonna go for the high fives.
High five.
There we go. Boom. High fives. And I'm gonna go for the prayer hands because I like to set multiple emotions. It shows and says something about me. It says that I take like sacred or meditation serious. It shows that I can be fun too, and it just adds a little bit of style. So let's see here. And I'm going to change that a little bit for separation's sake. It's a little easier. Oh, I just deleted it. A little easier to read. And this edit process can take place before or after you post. You always want to make yourself look good. So there we go. I hit post. And if I want, like if somebody did something awesome in here, or I want to jump on a bandwagon, I could make somebody else look good in the comments. If I see somebody who looks like somebody I might want to work with or pay attention to, like, thanks for this one. Every Tuesday live at 1 p.m. Thanks for the heads up. You know, like I did that just to show you guys what you could do. But now what does Sammy do? Right? So these people are all seeing my long posts, not all of them, but the diligent ones. They might see this, or the commenters and the moderators are seeing what I'm doing to drive value in this group. And then they're going like this. I promise you this. They're going like this. Huh? Who's that owner? Oh man, he's an owner of a company. He's got money and he'll buy from us. That's what they get here and they're like, what? Like family? Oh my goodness. His wife's beautiful. And oh man, his kids are happy. And she forgot to smile, but she looks beautiful too. And they got a new baby and interesting. And then, so people start to social stalk you and then they come in and they're like, all right, I want to see this person. If they get really into that, they go to the main profile and they'll be like, hey, look at that. Oh, cool. If they're smart, like if they understand analytics, they're like symbols. They know that that means that it's better than work. You know, it's my priority. Creator of the Passion Pro Challenge and Dr. Seuss fanatic. Like, I'm not trying to BS anybody. I'm a good closer, but I don't need to put it on my profile. It's my Facebook, not my business book. And so people see these things. And then I always leave my past work experience on here, Video Power Marketing, because that's one of the coolest companies I've ever worked for. And it's got the most notoriety out of everything that I've done. And I did a lot to help them grow. So I'm very strategic about what goes into stuff. Now, my personal posts, you know, I only post really about my life. So they're only going to see somebody who's like a legitimate human being when they social stalk me. And
another thing is you put a curiosity. That's another thing.
Yes, sir.
Curiosity. So like people, if you comment on people's posts, something like that, they're gonna be curious. They're gonna be like, wait, who's this? They're going to look your profile and everything. So it is what I say. It is attention, grateful, and curiosity.
What was the first one?
Attention.
Attention. Correct.
Attention, grateful, curiosity. That's the main three things I would say.
Good, man. I like that. You're kind of putting a framework around what we're doing. And I'm glad you are, because like, to me, it just comes naturally like that. That's all. And if I want to engage again, I come in here, I would listen to this. There's 25 comments on this one. Right. So go into that, but here's what you do next. All right. So we've done that. And let's say that I commented for you and I didn't get a response, but I really wanted to talk to you, Icaro. And I thought that you were because you seem like one, like maybe you're Donnie here, you know, Jessica Rhodes. Turns out my presentation time is EST, so I can be there at 2:30. And then I'm going to find out about her, and maybe she's a good prospect. And so I'm going to comment on her post. She's going to connect with that. I'm going to wait and see if she likes it, loves it, or comments back. I'm going to move on to another person I'm going to try to set with, and move on and move on and move on and move on and move on. And eventually I'll see if Donnie liked it, loved it, or commented back, or if she friend requested me. And if that's the case, that she just liked it or whatever, then I would potentially go to her profile. Here's where we're going to switch back to Zoom now. Nobody's going to, you know what? No, we're not. We're going to do this on we're going to pretend I've never sent you a message before on Facebook and that it's you. So let's go here. Let's go. This is in my way. So Icaro, the first thing I would do is I'd pull them up on the messenger by going to the profile and click the message. It's going to tell you on there that, hey, nobody, like you know, you have to be friends with them or whatever for them to really see it. It's going to go to their other inbox. And I'm going to write the message like, hey, hey, Icaro, I saw you on the live video by Jessica. Isn't she so freaking awesome? I appreciated your comment, and and this is how I process. It takes me a little bit of time sometimes. So let me move this out of the way too. That's not helping. I appreciate your comment about the value of StreamYard. That's what it was talking about. And maybe if that's what you commented about, I would make it very genuine, very specific, and would like your advice if you are open to it. Thanks so much in advance. Again, curiosity, positioning them as an authority, putting myself in an inferior position. There's so much that I can learn from her, and I don't lose my authority by doing that. So boom, I send you that message, and she's not going to see it because it goes to her other folder unless she's super Facebook. So now that I've sent the message, now I'm going to send the friend request.
Oh, okay.
I do not send the friend request. I don't go creepy. I make sure to first go ahead and send the message. We've already connected in the group. Now I've sent the message. I've stated why I want to connect with her, send the friend request. And now, she might come, she's probably going to come back if she's not like a really big influencer and be like, hey, I'm honored. I'd be humbled to help. Sure. Absolutely. If she's a business owner and that's what you're looking for, then naturally they're going to be a lot more authoritarian on that. Like, yeah, of course I'll help you. And they'll just dive right in and set something up with you. They might offer a time, but that now you're connected. You're connected and you're providing value. Then you meet about StreamYard. You hear them out about their process. And once you've heard them answer bridge the gap for you on how that might be effective for you and help you, they're also going to ask you questions about what you're doing. But you have an opportunity to say, I'm young. I'm a young employee, and I'm learning entrepreneurial stuff, and maybe someday I'll want to be a business owner. Don't go into I'm a closer and I do this. And maybe someday I want to be like you. That's the message you want to convey. So you're typing that or you're talking to them about it on the live call, and then you're going to say, so what's it like to be a business owner? Be as humble as you can about it. What is your business like? What do you do for people? And if you're non-threatening and they know that you're not striving to sell them, which you're not, you're striving to get to know them, then they will be open with you and they will talk to you about it. And then as they do, and you hear the struggles, you've got to listen just like you would. And now you're on your appointment and you're setting it up, you're listening. Your goal is not to close. It's not even to get them close to closing. Once you've heard them out and say, listen, you've done a lot for me. I'm so incredibly grateful for the time that you've given me. and I'd love to introduce you to business owner's name. What is his name again?
Mark.
Mark.
That's his name.
So I'd love to introduce you to somebody that has been an amazing mentor for me as well, if you're open to it. You know, he's also a businessman. Would you be open to, to hearing him out about this? Because I also think that he could really benefit from the StreamYard stuff that you're doing.
Mm-hmm.
And so now you've planted the seed that this is a mutual beneficial conversation, and may the best salesman win at that point. It's not on you to close the deal. If somebody set me up with somebody, like I get set up every day with people who are trying to sell me copywriting, or people who are trying to get a job from us, or people who want me to buy their product. And I listen just enough so that they feel that they're heard. I flip the script and I get them very uncertain about their offer, and help them see why they can't sell me, and why they're not qualified to sell me, and why their stuff isn't up to par with my business, because it usually isn't. And then I help them see, are you open to a little bit of coaching? They say yes.
Yes.
And I say, the way you're struggling to sell me right now, and I'm a pretty easy guy to sell, is something that I can help you overcome. And I see the value in who you are as a person, but I also see a lot of flaws with your processes. And I'd love to help you resolve it if you'd be open to that. Are you open to that? I just burn the living crap out of whatever their process was and what they're doing. I just destroyed it because it needs destroyed, because I know I can fix it. And so now they're coming in, and then I'm taking it from there, and then I'm able to sell them. There's no problem, because they already know that I recognize 100% what they're trying to hide in their flawed process, and I recognize it better than they do, and I know how to fix it. And now that I have that, they know the only way to get it is to stop selling me and start buying.
Okay.
Make sense?
Mm-hmm. Makes sense.
So yeah, you just need to set the deal up. Hey, I got this person you should meet. I think y'all would really hit it off. Are you open to having a discussion with them?
But you just reach out to the person if they actually need your help. Just don't do cold outreach, right?
I don't do cold outreach. Is retarded. I'm sorry, but it's absolutely stupid. Everybody who does it to me, I'm like, it's just a waste of time. I just delete it. I don't even spend any emotion or time on it anymore. But I did that post the other day, about the job, like yesterday, I think it was yesterday, the $250,000 gig versus the gig that I'm currently in. And like 10 people sent me friend requests right away. Why did they send me friend requests?
Because they want to get the job.
That's all they want. They want my bacon. Like, get off my bacon. It's mine. And I'm teasing, but I don't act like that to them, but I do delete them every time. I just delete. I don't have time for that, and if they change their approach, they start to learn how to give back and not be so selfish, things change. But if you keep doing that, you will attract clients, you will attract prospects, but you know what type of prospects and clients you're attracting?
Yeah.
People who are going to eat your bacon. That's it. You're stuck. You're in an evolving revolving door of people who are looking out for themselves only, and you're going to create a community that's a disaster. And so you got to get out of that. They got to get out of that habit. If I'm gonna direct reach out again, it's because I have something genuine to connect with that person on, not because I'm begging for a job, or trying to say I'm the best closer in the world, and that's why I'm wasting my time messaging somebody I don't know. That's how we think as entrepreneurs. It's just how we think. So judge us, hate us, whatever you want. But I know you don't. So, I love your approach, man. You have so much potential to be an incredible setter. And then, of course, learn all the closing stuff too. So rock it for him. And if he's not, if he doesn't appreciate it either, a lot of closers blame their setters rather than teach their setters. Hopefully he takes the time to recognize your value on that and teach you and help you move forward to succeed. I'm currently working on a structure package for us to have more setters come on board and be available to help out. But I don't know what it looks like yet. I don't know exactly how I'll break down the compensation, the expectations, how we'll bring people on, all that. I got to work it out though within the next 10 days for sure.
All right. I just want to say thank you so much for the advice and everything. And I think you're recording. Are you recording right now?
Oh yeah.
Okay. And I think a lot of people. So you can't you just have to forget about the employee mindset. I know everybody they want to get the first client. Who doesn't, right?
Yeah.
But but the thing is, you kind of slow. You have to slow down the process. So you kind of have like you need to have a mentality of how can I serve you? How can I help you? I mean, if you don't know nothing about business, it doesn't matter. You can bring leads to the business owners. I don't know if you agree with that. There's a lot of ways to bring value, but
I do.
just
I don't mind giving a lead to a business owner that qualifies, but they're going to be really qualified. And I also have to first be able to detect that they're going to be grateful for that connection and not skeptical
exactly.
on it. If they're skeptical, but they just think you funnel them some random person, it's actually going to create more resonance or dissonance, like more problems with their relationship with them than if they know, like, and trust you and know that you're doing it for their best interest, if it's sincere. Right. So with Sean Michael Crane, who's actually coming to he's an influencer. He's coming to the next Q&A training session that I'm doing on Monday to see what our closers and setters look like in our environment, in our training group. When I reached out to him, I happened to see that he was connected to my family therapist, like the therapist I've used, who's a good friend of mine as well. And so that was an authentic connection to mention. And I was kind of doing a temp check too to see how well he knew him. You know, I don't know if he's just a prospect. I don't know if they just connected at a conference. I don't know if they're really good friends or not. But I'm close enough to Jono, the other individual, that it made sense to highlight that connection. If I wasn't close enough, I wouldn't risk that, because then if he's best friends with him and he asks me about it, because he's like, oh yeah, I know him super well. Like, where do you know him from? Oh, well, I friend requested him last week. Like, golly, you just, don't make things up. You got to be authentic about it. So, you want to connect on real life. That brings me to one more point though, man. You mind if I share it?
Yeah, sure.
Okay. I'm going to show you guys, real quick. Let's go into Google Drive, and I'm going to go into a brand new doc. All right. So I'm going to pull this in big font. This is what I see a lot of you doing when you're typing, and you don't want to do this. So, nope. Jax, what up? How you doing? And I'm so sorry, guys. I don't mean to condescend. I'm just trying to teach you. You will not get clients typing messages this way. It is a professional environment. You're approaching people about a working relationship. They may do that. You don't have to, like, let them do it. Let them do it. But you're really hurting yourself if that's the type of typing that you do. And I'm not saying be unauthentic. There's a time and a place for where this stuff goes. That's all. If I go to the beach, I don't go to the beach in a tuxedo, and if I'm going to church, I don't go to church in my sandals and flip-flops and without a shirt on, or my flip-flops and my shorts without my shirt on. I don't do that. And so when I'm speaking to certain people, yes, you change. When I speak to somebody who speaks Spanish, I speak Spanish. I don't speak how I speak to my friends I play basketball with. Right. And so it's not about being inauthentic. It's about respecting the nature of the relationship, the communication. And so if you're not good at type, that's like, oh my gosh, well, I don't know how to type. And everybody's going to judge me. Don't panic either. Don't panic. Stay calm. Learn. All right. So what you can do if you're not good at typing, use the voice app. Use your strengths. On Facebook, they got the little microphone thing. Just use the microphone to introduce yourself. Don't expose your weakness on the typing side. Use the video. Get on video if you can do that. If you're not comfortable with any of those three, good luck closing. You got to get good at least one of those three, if not all of them. And that just takes practice. You just got to do the rep. So how did I get to where I get to where I can type 70 words a minute? I did it because I just started typing one finger at a time. And then if you use programs like Grammarly, then you can also learn how to make sure, I think it might be free. You can use tools like this to learn the pattern recognition. You were not born learning how to type the word you with the letter U. You had to learn that too. So if you learn how to type yo, what up, or how you doing with a U, or B4 with the B in the 4, if you learn how to do that, you can learn how to spell the word BEFORE. Stop making excuses. And if you want to make excuses, do it, but you won't get a client. I'm just telling you, it won't happen. So you got to fix those things. And if you do, you'll level up, you'll become more attractive. You'll start to stand out in this world that's, you know, sometimes fairly difficult to stand out in, but just be consistent and do good things that make you look professional. And you'd be surprised how fast somebody will say, wow, like that's what I've been looking for. Come work for me.
Yeah, another thing is you study about the people's website, something about maybe something their profile, maybe a family member, or maybe they got a kid, maybe they got a new baby, like instead of just, hey, hire me.
Go ahead. What was that?
So instead of just going send a message to people like, hey, hire me.
What would you say?
Well, I would. Well, if someone say that to me, oh.
No, what would you say instead? What are some other examples of what you would say to people?
Okay, I would look to the person's profile. I would see if maybe they have a baby. They got a new baby. I would just say, hey, congratulations on your new baby. And it is hard.
That's it. Leave it that simple. Clarity and brevity. Clarity and brevity, my friend.
Mm-hmm.
You nailed it. Exactly. You got a new baby. You know, and I did this to Thomas Kern the other day. I went through his photos, and he had a photo in front of a building that said Bear County. Well, I live in Bear County. And it was like 10 photos deep. And so this guy was probably a little bit like, whoa, like he dug deep, you know, into my profile. I didn't do it right away. It was after like 10 interactions, but depending on the opportunity, you know, it absolutely helps. You know, if I know, do you know what this restaurant is? Probably not.
No.
No, it would be hard. I wouldn't recognize it. I didn't even know it was a restaurant. Yeah. It looks like a hotel. But if somebody's a super fan of the Cheesecake Factory, then they might recognize that. You know, and now I do too, you know, Christmas time, whatever, like, you know, Christmas is now important to me. I got the new baby, like you said. You know, if somebody knows where this is from, same thing, a point of leverage, like, whoa, you know, when did you go to Port A last? You know, like Port Aransas, San Antonio, or Port Aransas, Texas. It's Corpus area. So yeah, there's a lot of context you can pull, and you bring up something very valid. You know, you can go to any one of these. Let's go to the list again. Let's see here. Let's go back to Sean. Well, Sean's so related. Like he's a dad, right? Dad 2.0. That means a lot to me. We connected on that right away. Because I'm a dad. You know, if you're not a dad, but you want to be a dad, hey man, I look up to you. Like you built your career around teaching people how to be great dads. And someday I want to be a great dad. So like, I just want to follow you. Is that okay? Super humble. Yeah, anybody who's a leader, who's a mentor, loves people like that. So the dude's in shape as well. You know, I am not by any means. So that's really cool. And there's, him and the wife and the kid. That's awesome. Family man, life coach. He shows his priorities, not life coach and then family man. He's a family man and then a life coach. Then he's also a best-selling author. He does professional speaking engagements, and cool. He's also well-rounded. Like he's kind of looped it full circle to his passions, you know, so he knows that his life, his family comes first. His ability to provide for them comes second. His influence and authority is third. And then, of course, he understands the balance of like the competition and the drive he has. And here he is talking to me. So, whoops, I don't want to reveal stuff that people are sending me. So that's the challenge of going live with real stuff coming in. But yeah, man, you nailed some really important things. Anything you want to add?